So Fabulous believes that female rap is in need of some evaluation. He recently posted something, I think, on his Instagram or one of these channels talking about female rap and how it needs to do better and improve. Many thought that these comments were interesting given his recent collaborations with Puffy and the City Girls because it sort of on an opposite end juxtaposes these very comments. Now, we've talked at length on this channel about comments made by some of these female rappers and how absurd we think they are. We've talked about Young Miami on this channel. We've talked about Coi Leray on this channel. We've talked about Lotto on this channel. Lotto is an interesting one that I like to bring up as just a shimmering beacon of hypocrisy because she went on to a radio show to talk about how disappointed she was that a rapper wanted to smash in order to clear a feature. Yet she continues to make music talking about how she smashes guys for whatever she wants to smash them for. But be that as it may, we're not the only ones who talk about this. So let's go ahead and share this for a little bit of context. This is an article from TMZ. It says Fabulous female rap lacking in 23 had different energy, acting bad with city girls. Fabulous thinks there's only one kind of female hip hop winning these days, and he's voicing his concern for the community, despite recently helping City Girls promote the very same sound he's speaking out against. On Sunday evening, Fab posted an IG story praising women for having complex stories to share, but criticized the output he's been hearing in the music. So this is what he put out there. Uh, it says, "Love hearing of female rappers talking about some real shit. Women are so strong, have so many stories and perspectives that we need to hear in pure form. No disrespect to any female rappers out, but I think there's only one style of female rap slash hip hop being promoted, programmed, and looked at as successful now. It's not exactly a secret that female rappers are ruining hip hop in 2023, or not ruining, running. It's not exactly a secret that female rappers are running hip hop in 2023. Ice Spice is currently tied with Morgan Wallen, don't know who that is, for most Billboard hits this year, and she's just a rookie. But Fab hints only women who rap sexual lyrics are getting pushed to the forefront. He might have a point. Sexy Red's Pound Town single sparked a huge debate last week on whether it was appropriate for her to perform the raunchy track for high school students. But fans are quick to point out Fab's opinion makes him a walking contradiction thanks to his recent collab. Back in May, Fab and City Girls were featured on Diddy's Act Bad single, which highlights Loso rapping about buying girls BBLs and proudly dealing with gold diggers, which understandably upset many female rappers. A classic case of right message, wrong messenger. That was the question that the article left to readers. So, what did you think about what Fabulous had to say about the type of female rap that gets pushed to the forefront? He's being called a hypocrite because of this collaboration recently with City Girls.
Yeah, I would have to agree. This is the pot calling the kettle black. So yeah, he this is the right message, wrong messenger. All the above. So I agree with him. This music needs to stop. But he himself, when he was younger, and because his music did take a different turn from when he first came out, for the better. I would say over the past decade or so, it's been a much better music coming from him. But he still does a genre of hip hop that's not really progressive. Just like how we were talking about with Drake. You know, it's not really much substance. I mean, he does stuff that has stuff in there, nowadays, but it's not like substance. So he'll still do braggadocious bars, and he'll still give you, ego rap, and he's still good for that. And rightfully so. But what does that do for people? That ain't helping nobody either. So you in the same boat of not helping nobody. So, if there was a plus or minus, you get thrown in a minus bucket. Your stuff hurts people more than it helps. So, but we're in this situation now where we've been so conditioned to deal with non-progressive music that we'll take what Fabulous does as better than the other stuff, but it's still all in the same bucket. It's different ends of the spectrum, but it's all on the same thing. So he's no different than the City Girls. Probably why he did a collab with him. And this is why he looks like he's full of shit, which he's not. He's a human who's tired of this stuff like the rest of us. But it's still a thing where it's like, yeah, bro, but you can't talk. You've been talking about the same stuff more or less for the past 20 years. So no, dude. So I can't really go for that so much, you know. But this is the era that we're in, that these women are getting their shine. This is chickens coming home to roost from your videos, Fabulous. That video, I can't deny it or whatever, with Nate Dogg. Man, in ninth grade, I used to play that video all the time. I'm sitting there watching it, back to back to back. Those women in there were going crazy. My little 13, 14-year-old brain. I'm in there losing it. I'm like, God damn, look at that. Look at that. And all the while programming my young impressionable brain. Now, it's not like Fabulous had some strings where he's like, yeah, I'm going to. He was just going through the motions. Being young, being a rapper, they turn the camera on, they throw girls at you. And they say, all right, girls, dance by those cars and do this. And that's what's going on now. You're doing and saying whatever, because in that song too, you gun bars and whatever, everything goes in that song. And so when you were young, you were saying anything too. These girls are young. They're saying anything to get on. They're no different than you were when you were in your shoes. That's why they're on now and you were on back then, because the machine wants dysfunction. So you can't sit here and go, oh, hey, what they're doing is dysfunctional. Bro, what you've been doing has been dysfunctional. So, yeah, it's the pot calling the kettle black. I hate to get on Fabulous like this because this is my dog, but you belong in an entertainment bucket. That's like Drake hopping out and saying that there ain't no substance in the game. Boy, you sound crazy. Stay in your lane and critique that lane. But don't go out here and say, yeah, I want my girls out here to be talking, what? Bro, all your girls are sexual objects. Oh, yeah, the love songs and stuff's about how you flexing and stuff, but you can always have another one on the side type shit. Like, you never talking about being faithful and honest, none of that. You're talking about gaming females all the time like you some pimp or player. So who are the women getting played in your music? Who are the men out there playing the women doing? They're out there in the world. Then they grew up to be city girls. This is chicken coming home to roost, bro. You can't complain from putting the feed out there and the chicken's coming right there at it. So how about you, sir? Sorry, I made you get off my soapbox. But how do you feel about this whole dynamic? This boy got me riled up.
I think he would have been safe if he would have just talked about female rappers needing to be more lyrical or something like that. But he hinted directly at the content.
Yeah.
And that's where he lost his argument. Because he now I will say that I kind of look at Fab as two different artists. Mm-hmm. There is the 2000s Fab, and then there's the current Fab. The 2000s Fab set the stage, and that's what ruins it for a lot of people when he talks like this. Because the 2000s Fab was making the kind of music that city girls was listening to when they was in high school, like us.
Right.
And now they've grown up and they're just saying we're going to do the female equivalent to that. Just like there's different context for this. Jeezy right now cannot publicly come out and say there's too many rappers rapping about dope bars. He can't do it because you basically created that. So as the originator, you'd be hard pressed to publicly talk about how there's too much of it. You are, at least in part, responsible for that. And so with Fab, when it comes to the braggadocious rap and the talking about the women and all of that kind of stuff, yeah, because you spent so much time making music that exploited that, now on the back end, it's difficult for you to talk about how there's too much of it. So maybe if you would have shied away from criticizing the content specifically and just maybe talked about the skill level of the rappers, the female rappers, I would have been like, all right, Fab, I got you. Because you can be like some of these female rappers need to just, do better, up the game in terms of their bars. But he went all the way into the content of it. And it's a case of right message, wrong messenger, because he's in and of itself, he's not totally wrong. Like when
No.
we talk about this stuff, or when we lament on the music or the state of the music, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. I'm not necessarily okay. Yeah, I will call certain artists trash, but that's because I think from a skill standpoint, they suck. So I don't care. I don't, I'm not shy about that. If I think you suck, I think you suck. Whatever. But I'm never going to say that the artists themselves are responsible for the climate of the music. To me, I levy that at the feet of the music industry itself. Because whoever is working for the record labels, whoever works at Sirius XM, whoever works at Hip Hop Nation, whoever works at Shade 45, whoever works at 99 Jams, whoever works at, 1023, whoever works at uh whatever that station was that we used to list, that the terrestrial station in Tallahassee that played the hip hop music. I forget
I
what it's
forgot what
called,
it was.
but it's the industry itself. So whoever is making the decisions to prioritize funneling this particular type of content above everything else, that's what's most responsible for what we have going on, especially for me when I speak about the lack of balance when it comes to the type of music that's proliferated culturally. So I'm never going to necessarily come at the artist directly because I don't think the artist is creating that. I think the artist might be falling in line with it because they see that that's what they got to do in order to get on.
Right.
But I think that for the most part, the industry's saying let's feed this to the people. For what reasons, you can speculate on that. That's up to interpretation. We can speculate as to the reason as to why that is. But I'm not necessarily going to go at the artist per se. It's more so a referendum on the industry.
Right.
And so Fab has a point because he's saying the industry is putting out this type of female rap on purpose. And he ain't totally wrong. But yeah, if I'm going to be reasonable, because I am a Fab fan, he's one of the guys who I listen to today. When he puts stuff out, I'm jumping on it. I need to hear it because to me, he's he still raps better than most of these guys who are doing this stuff. But if I'm going to be reasonable, yeah, bro, you kind of are responsible for what has perpetuated a lot of that type of music today. So, um, right message, wrong messenger for sure. Jeezy can't say there's too much trap
Hey,
rap.
no.
Drake can't say there's too much
Simping.
vagina pedestaling rap. Yeah. Drake can't come out saying it's too many of y'all rappers putting pussy on a pedestal. Cause like, bro, you created this.
Right.
So Drake couldn't do that. Jeezy can't do that. Rick Ross can't come out talking about how it's too many rappers rapping about something that they didn't actually do for real. Like Ross, you can't do that because you did it and you were the purveyor of it for so long that now other younger up and coming artists, they saw your blueprint and they saw maybe I don't actually have to be living this for real. If I can just rap about it over fly beats, I can still be popularized and get on. So Ross can't complain about that, Ross. Sorry. So it is what it is. I think he should have just minced his words. Like you can talk about skill level or maybe, I don't know, their presentation or their flow, their cadence. You can talk about the music that they put out there from a technical standpoint needing to get a little better. But for you to just wholly say that the content needs to change, it rings hollow for me because yeah, the some of the bars you used to put out with some of these songs, you kind of dug your own grave, bro. you kind of worked against you in that regard.
Yeah, and it's the wildest thing too. Like for the ones that get on, it's like it's just like because we always compare it to like the trap rap, kind of like with trap rap. It's like, why is this dude on? Oh, he's certified in the streets, bro. It's like, so I gotta listen to him because he's street certified. He can't rap, bro. He really was out here doing it for real though. So I gotta listen to this guy. So I'm listening to these people. I'm like, bro, he's trash. So who was the first person? Boosie was the first person. Boosie was the first person. And I was like, look, I'm not listening to this guy. I'm like, what's going on here? Oh man, this Boosie guy, boy, he real, bro. He out here thugging for real. And I'm listening to his. I'm like, bro, I can't stand his voice. And what the fuck? Like, where's the flow? Like, what is it? No, he real, dog. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So that became a thing in the rap game where the street certified dude who picked up a mic was getting the streets behind him because of his street certifiedness. So the Boosies of this thing, Jeezy played that angle. He wasn't really out there, but he played that angle. Who was Gucci? A lot of the people from Atlanta, honestly. Rest in peace to Shorty Low, but Shorty Low.
Yeah.
And
what's the other guy? Rocco. Remember Rocco?
I thought Rocco was good though. I felt like, but he got the same story though.
I'm talking about the street certified part. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, they forced me to listen to him, but I liked it. So it grew on me. But yeah, it's the same story. So yeah, that type of stuff where, hey, you gotta listen to these dudes. So these girls that's coming out, that's the biggest thoughts, the biggest sex workers, not the biggest, but the street the ones that's really gonna be out there for real. Oh, where the D's at? They all over it. You know what I'm saying? And they out there, sex working it up, dancing it up. Where? What we doing? We twerking on the pyramid? Let's go. Damn, this girl will do anything. That's the one that makes it. And what happens is the thoughts that are out there that want to consume more of this stuff, to fuel their lifestyles. They want to listen to the most ratchet of female. Kind of like what Future, because I blame Future for a lot of this stuff too, by the way, because his whole promoting toxic before the word toxic was a problem for me too. And so, but this whole, let me say the most toxic, nasty thing on the track, like, oh, why would you do that to somebody? But it's a bar because I'm this sick in the head. And so when these girls are saying, yeah, have sex with their man, they said they'll have sex with their man and tape it and, whatever stuff. And, the wildest stuff, I let him ejaculate, on my whatever. I'm like, hey, wait. I'm like, whoa, they're going there with the bars? So they're actually doing like born arm bars?
Yeah.
So when they got all of this stuff going, and so what happens is that's the ones that make it. So you listen to them, you go, the flow ain't really there, the whatever, but the ratchet is. Yeah. And that's what the girls in the videos can see. It's like, oh, this girl for real. She'll cut a bitch, and she'll sell fentanyl to you too if you ask her. And so you never know. So this whole thing is just street rap for thoughts. It's very unfortunate. I saw a video on World Star yesterday. Came out yesterday where these girls was, I forgot what was the name of the song. It was called Ratchet Hoe, something like that. And the girls just twerking everywhere, looked like the street smelled like chitlins, but they were just out there. Yeah, they were just twerking everywhere. They had of course the kids that were too young enough to stand twerking too. You know what I'm saying? And so, for the shock value, because we ratchet, we'll even put kids on the block twerking. That's what we're at. How ratchet? I'm pregnant twerking. You seen that too? Yeah, I'm pregnant twerking. I don't give a damn about this baby. God damn, this girl crazy. And so that psychosis is and that's the same thing goes with the pill poppers. Hey, this guy's really taking the drugs. Oh, this guy's really selling the drugs. Oh, this guy's really, and so this whole thing, and that's what's going. So it's lifestyle rap, and it's who's got the most degenerative lifestyle and who's really doing it for real. And we want to see you crash out. That's
Yeah.
all it is. And people are promoting this stuff, and then when they crash out, it's RIP all over the place. And we're seeing
Mm.
a lot more RIPs now because a lot of the people that are getting on are people that are headed towards the wrong exit. So yeah, so earlier I harped on Fab, man, but Fab's still my dog. I just appreciate him in the lane that he's in. You know, I feel like he makes age appropriate rap now, so I don't think he's out of pocket anymore. I feel like that was his younger days. But that was the stuff that warped my brain.
Yeah.
So he gonna catch some of that heat.
Yeah.
But my thing is that stuff did to me what I know it's doing to these look. I used to watch that Fabolous video every day in ninth grade. There's some girl watching one of these ratchet girls dancing in a gas station ass videos every day before she go to school. Now, where in the hell she's gonna be in 5 to 10 years? Only the Lord knows. I'm telling you, man. Have mercy on this place, man. This shit gonna be crazy in a few years.
It is. I think the better question is why is it that the machine that is the music industry is so compelled to funnel that on purpose more than anything else? I was
Ah,
having this conversation with I was having a conversation with one of my own boys on the phone a couple of days ago, and it's
mhm,
like it's chicken or the egg. Which one came first? Are the people demanding the music and so the machine funnels it, or is the machine trying to determine what it is that we want and giving that to us in order to elicit a particular type of behavior? And based on however you look at it, kind of determines how you feel about that. I'm inclined to think that it's the latter. um, I don't necessarily think that it's a situation where people are demanding that. I just think that it's been determined that that's the lowest common denominator, and so you want to be able to capture as many people as you can, wide net theory, by appealing to the lowest common denominator, because that's always going to be the majority of any given population. And so there goes that type of hypersexualized female rap, just like there goes the trap rap and the gun bars and all of that kind of stuff. uh, People aren't necessarily saying give me more. It's been fed, and it created an environment of social engineering to where now it's a situation that perpetuates upon itself. Now the streets are saying give me more, but that's because it was something that was given to them originally at a previous date.
right.
So this is what you get as a result. And I hear where Fab is coming from. It's just hard for me to take those comments from him seriously, because not only was he recently on a collaboration with City Girls, because that song is brand new. That song is like maybe a month old or something. But he'll collab on the next song, rapping about that, sometime in the near future, because he's an artist who wants to stay relevant, even though he's aging. He's still very good at his craft. And so he's going to seize upon an opportunity to do a collaboration or to even make more songs like that himself, because he identifies it as the way to stay streaming on somebody's Spotify or something like that. So
Crazy.
it is what it is, man. This is what the music is. And people just need to be balanced and have a more balanced uh variety in terms of the content that they consume, their content consumption. If all you getting is hip hop all day, every day, then you're kind of feeding into your own self destruction. But that isn't something that is new that we're broaching. Before. We've talked about that many times before. So that's not some revelation. It is what it is. But it is comical that he talked about it in that way because, yeah, bro, the Ghetto Fabulous, Street Dreams, and what's his other album? His third one, Real Talk, I think. All three of those are just laced with all of that stuff. And so
Yeah.
now he's evolved from it, definitely.
Yes, he
He's
has.
moved on for sure. And his music, in my opinion, is better now than it ever has been.
Agreed.
When you look at like his Cold Summer and the Young OG project, he does fantastic stuff now. But you did lay the foundation for a lot of this stuff back when you was coming up in the 2000s. So I hear what you're saying, bro, but people are gonna call you out for being a hypocrite. So just be prepared for that. That's all.
Yeah, man. But
You know.
rock on, Fab,
Yeah.
man. Keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing now. I like it, man.
For yeah. Oh man, but that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Another great constant approach video in the books. My name is JV Wins. That's the boy Dogon SS.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about the commentary in this or any of our videos, man. Leave a comment. Let us know where we went right. Let us know where we went wrong. We ain't running a cult. We just like to invigorate the dialogue and continue to push this logical content. If you happen to be watching this video over on the Facebook page, because we do manage to keep that going when Facebook is not bugged. It's a horribly bugged and terrible platform. Yet they have all the time in the world to create their own version of Twitter. So make that make sense. But be that as it may, like that channel, follow that page as well. If you are so inclined, follow me on Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS. Follow Conscious Approach on the Instagram page at Con Approach, CONAPPROCONAPPROROACH. My God.
Yep.
But otherwise, man, we're gonna keep it pushing. We look forward to seeing everybody on the next video.
Yes, sir. And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS and on YouTube at Dogon SS and Hurricane Dogon. And as I say on every part, guys, all right, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it clear. And don't let anybody get you off your pivot. So until the next time, guys, we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Yep. Yes, sir, man. Be easy. Until the next video on the Conscious Approach channel, we're going to holler at y'all later. Peace. Go Knowles, baby. You see that shirt, man. College football playoff bound, baby. Yeah, I said it.
Cocaine. Cocaine.
Oh, boy, we out.
Hey, y'all gonna be good next year, bro.